There's sound, there is sound. Hey, good morning. I'm finishing up an Instagram post. Sorry guys. I'm slacking. My phone takes me forever now because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, good morning. Good morning.
There you go.
Can I have a coffee? No? Okay. I got really hopeful and I think that was a no. I hate hashtags. Does anyone else hate hashtags? Does anyone else here? I hate hashtags. Okay. You know what? I'm done. Yeah, my hair is looking super blue. So, yeah. Hashtag not spons, but... Okay. Yeah, no, my hair looks super blue because of the natural light we have. And my hair is not actually blue, but... Not that you could tell. Okay. So... These things cannot be worked on the live stream. So they're gonna get moved. Because they are for someone. But we have cards and we have paper and we're doing the exact same thing we did last night because I liked it. I liked the results. I thought they were super adorable. So that's how this is going. Unless there are any objections. Also, you can tell, like, I just woke up, and this is just how life is going for us right now. I want to do the raccoon, but I was unable to find my white Sharpie last night. So I think the raccoon has to wait. I think we have to do the bear. Everyone happy with the bear? We could put a bear on a card. Looking cute. This time I'm actually measuring my bear prior to trying to put him on the card. So I know that he will not fit. Here are my bear colors. Anyway, March, how are you? Things are about to get real because it's less than 24 hours until I leave. Whoops. And my mom is like on her way to the house right now because she's gonna stay here tonight. We leave from Austin Airport tomorrow morning. That looks like a good color for his body. Yeah. Craziness, madness. I tried to prep last night, but my laptop has been broken for the last week. And I keep doing the things they tell me to do. They're like, oh, do this and your computer will be fixed. Do this and your computer will be fixed. Do this other thing and your computer will be fixed. Except everything I do doesn't actually work, so I just have a broken computer. Well, that's getting not as tired as last night. I am more tired than I was last night. Okay. Let's see bear shape. Man. See, I envy you. Last night, I just couldn't sleep. Like, I have way too much on my mind about this trip. And so all I could think the whole time was like, did I remember to pack this? Do I have everything? Do I have this? Do I have that? And so my brain was just like non-stop. So yeah, it was a mess. I went to bed at 1 a.m. and then didn't actually fall asleep probably until 3, and then I was woken up because the silly dog slept down here for the first half of the night and then woke up and was like, oh my god, the world is over, no one's down here. And so she barked and went crazy, so Carlos had to come downstairs and get her, which woke me up, and it was just a mess. Anyway, gonna have some caffeine and get started on some drawings, and then I will finish packing everything. Yeah. I'm gonna draw a new bear, the appropriate size for this card, unlike last night where I made a unicorn that was too big. It's a bowling pin. Can we see this? Nope, we can't see this at all. Sorry guys, there we go. There we go. Yeah, Kirby is a silly dog. I left her down here when I went to bed because she was so asleep that she was snoring like a freight train. Like, super loud, really obnoxious, really exaggerated snores. And I was like, well, I don't want to be rude and wake the dog up if she's like this dead asleep. So I'm just gonna leave her. And if she wakes up, she'll just come upstairs and they'll be fine. Nope. Nope, Kirby had other plans for us. Namely, freaking out because no one was down here and she heard a noise. Okay. Got the bear. Hopefully this guy fits. Let sleeping dogs lie. Exactly, because if you touch her, she'll bite you. She's bitten me more times when she was like asleep and I accidentally wake her up than any other time in her life. She is cranky. She does not like being woken up. I don't know if this bear is gonna look right, but whatever. Okay, it's a barefoot. Something I discovered last night, it's a lot easier to have these pieces as separate individual pieces that I cut out rather than drawing it as a whole, because you have to get the whole thing correct. Whereas with the individual pieces, you can like get the body how you like it and then come back later and be like, all right, this is how the legs look. But when you're trying to cut out one hunk, it gets a little more complicated. So we're gonna cut this bear out and then I'm gonna tweak him a little bit because he does not look exactly how I wanted him to. Ew, you started watching Planet Earth again? I didn't see the one with polar bears. I didn't watch a whole lot of Planet Earth when it came out. I wanted to. Everyone told me I should. I just somehow missed it. Slash, I think I kind of avoided it because I'm a super girly girl when it comes to animals, and it probably would have made me cry because of the cute, or because we're destroying their habitats, so don't want to deal with being a super mega girly girl. Okay. Smaller bear may just barely fit on the card. Oh, and I should show off. Carlos got me a new hot glue gun. This is a fancy one. It's got 2 heats, which I didn't know hot glue guns came with. Shows how much I really craft. But I'm pretty excited about it because my old one was so old that, like, touching it burned you, even if you were just trying to glue it and you were touching the outside of it, not actually touching the glue itself. Ah, good morning, Chris. There's bad puns happening on Twitch right now because it just barely fits. Thanks, guys. Okay, we're gonna ignore that leg though, because that leg looks really weird. Yes, Chris, sorry I'm gonna miss the call after this because I stayed up until 1 a.m. last night again trying to fix my laptop, and it's still not working. Every fix that I go through with the support team with Asus works for about an hour, and then the laptop just dies again. So hopefully this latest fix I did last night works. If not, I'm just gonna go get a new computer.
Hey, Al, do you want coffee?
Oh, no thanks. I was just trying to make Carlos do something. But thank you for offering. Chris, I did stream last night. I streamed this. And Jake stopped by and said hey for about 10 minutes, which is really nice. You guys. But yeah, I'm having a grand old time trying to figure out what is wrong with my computer. And then I tried because I was like, oh, I'll just get like I'll get my old computer up and running. No, false. My old computer is so old that I type and maybe like 30 full seconds later, what I typed appears on the screen. So it's been driving me nuts. So I'm giving up. Right now I'm on Carlos's PC in order to stream. That leg looked a little bit more normal. Still think that leg's wrong, but how old is that laptop I was using? So my old one that I had in college, I bought because I was sick in college and knocked my computer off of the futon I was laying on because I was like sick and in delirium and I shouldn't have had my laptop in the first place and I broke it. And then I was too cheap to buy a new laptop, so I went to Target and I bought Target's cheapest little like notebook thing. And that was probably in 2010. So that little notebook, the $300 notebook from Target, is 6 years old that I was trying to make work yesterday and it just like was not having it. Oh, Chris, no worries. Yeah, last night was super chill. We made some cards. Papercraft is what I've been seeing a lot on Facebook, so I picked Papercraft for today and tomorrow, or yesterday and today, because I saw a lot of people interested in that, or like that was what they did, so I thought maybe it would be interesting. I don't know. I didn't get to do a lot on Facebook this week, because my new phone is still too new for me to know how to work it most of the time, and my laptop died. It's been good. I'm not technologically challenged or anything. Yeah, Carlo says, last night was fun. I made a thing. You did make a thing. It's actually sitting next to me. I'm waiting for Hallie's address so I can mail it to her. But look how freaking cute. Oh, that's upside down. Look how freaking cute that is. It's the cutest little otter made by Carlos. Carlos, who's going to be taking over the channel. And we did giveaways since I was like, I don't really need greeting cards in my house. So Hallie wanted the otter, and Alana, who is psych artist, wanted my grumpy buff owl. But grumpy buff owl is already in the envelope, waiting to be mailed out today. Okay, that's like a general bear shape. General bear shape. So the laptop that I use is brand new. It's like 2 months old. It's an Asus. It's this like super fast, amazing laptop. It's great in theory, except about a week ago, it stopped like coming back from being asleep. So if I, oh my God, Carlos, with the jokes. So yeah, if I like close my laptop to go do something and then I come back to my laptop, it's, oh yeah, Psych streams in the morning. She's an hour before me. She's awesome. But yeah, it stopped coming back from being asleep. And so I'd have to like force restart it each time I wanted it to come back from being asleep, which was stupid in the first place. And then the next symptom was my screen going, sorry, I'm like trying to judge how fat his thighs really need to be. My screen was going red and green instead of, the actual colors. And then if I moved the mouse or typed or opened anything, it would flicker like crazy. And then after that, just opening it and turning it on would make it flicker like crazy. And it was like seizure-inducing flickering. It was so bad. And that's when I decided I would call Asus and get some help. And they were like, you need to do these drivers. And so I did the drivers. And it helped for like an hour. And then my computer went to sleep and everything died again. And then the next step, they were like, okay, well, you need to like refresh your computer. So I refreshed it yesterday. That took 2 hours. And then that helped for about an hour. And then it died again. And then they were like, you just need to do like a factory reset on it. So that's the latest step, is it's completely wiped. So, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely within warranty. It's way too new. But they're making me go through all these, like jump through all these hoops and go through all these steps just to like get a warranty replacement. So I think this is the last step though. I think now I can send it back. Only like a week of trying stuff. And I'm frustrated because I'm about to leave. So it's not like I have more time to deal with it. I have to just like send it back. Like, please just take it. So that's probably what I'm dealing with after this. I was trying to convince Asus to take their computer back and give me a new one. Alrighty. Gotta outline Mr. Burr. Because he looks so much cooler with a black outline. And it also helps me realize where I have little pointy bits, which I shouldn't have little pointy bits. Okay. No pointy bits. Okay. Mr. Bear has a black outline. And does he fit? Yeah, he fits. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. That is perfect. Now take some paper that was clearly cut out to be a gun. I always like, because I obviously use my scrap paper. I don't like wasting paper. But I always like going back and using it because I'm like, what did I make? Oh, I clearly cut out a gun at some point. That was something I did. So that one I actually know was for Cataween. And it was one of the photo booth props I made that you can see on Facebook because they're super cute. Oh man, my new hot glue gun is oozing. Carlos, did you just make the same joke a second time? Did I not laugh hard enough the first time? Gotta make his little snout. It's a little snout. Oops. Boom. Little snout. That actually looks a little too little. Maybe it needs to be bigger. Everyone needs a paper gun. Yeah, so actually, I made a whole bunch of photo booth props for a friend's Halloween party. And it was great. Okay, Chris. Enjoy. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. I also feel like an old person because I look through the bottom of my glasses. I'm like, excuse me, I can't see out of my glasses. I should update my watch me work profile pic. Okay. I'll write that down. Bam. Okay. I will do that. Oh, these bear puns. Only use the bare necessity of hot glue. I don't want to burn myself, except it's like oozing. It's dripping. It's forming little stalagmites. Stalactites? Oh, stalagmites, because stalagmites might reach the ceiling. Some days stalactites are holding on tight so they don't fall. Science. Man, you guys. Can I just say how much I enjoy talking to you guys? So what I'm currently waiting for is my mom to open the door and Kirby to go nuts from upstairs because she's not down here right now, I don't think. I actually don't know where the dog is. Don't make me go upstairs and smack you. Are these puns becoming unbearable? A little bit. Except not really. I think they're funny. Okay. And then it was bear with a keg, right? From last night. I think it was bear with a keg. I actually started writing down. I'm just keeping this place sweet like honey. Don't want it to get all grizzly. Oh my god, guys. You're my favorites. I'm judging you a little bit, though. Okay. There's his nose. It's the polar opposite of what we want. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Alright, let's try this new hot glue gun. Except I don't have any glue in it. Well, I have like one stick, but it's way burnt down to the front now. Okay. we go. So fancy. I don't even know what to do with myself. This is so fancy. I don't own nice things. Ooh, still hot when you touch it. Oh man, that was on low. Okay. I like this better than the little squishy paper one because it's much more instantly gratifying. But I do have a tendency to end up burning myself. Oh. Ahmed, can you get the... Oh, never mind. She got it. My mom is here. Can someone grab the door, please?
Yeah.
Somebody locked the top one.
Yeah, so none of us have left yet today. Okay. Oh no. I got hot glue on the card itself. Shit, 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 shit. Sorry, this is rated M for maturity because I swear all the time. Oh, the door is open. Kirby!
Hello.
Hello.
So excited.
Just to dance around.
Wait for the pee to come out.
I don't think she's peeing.
A little bit.
Oh, Kirby.
Kirby.
My dog is so excited to see my mom, she just peed all over the floor. And now is running through it.
Hi.
There she is.
I'm gonna go park my truck in the correct place now.
Okay. Bye. Wow, this looks janky. What did I do here? I'm sorry Kirby pees every time she sees my mom. See, my mom is clearly the alpha, because Kirby just like loses her mind.
That's fine. I'm gonna mop this anyway.
I'm gonna mop it.
Alright.
Do you want me to clean the house before I finish packing? And the house will be spotless and...
No, that's fine. This is fine.
Okay. Got little bear mouth. Oh, this bear actually looks happy. He's not a super disgruntled animal like the ones last night. Man, this really does just ooze glue. Okay. Kirby, yeah, that's the mess you made.
I'm upstairs.
She'll be back in a moment. This is gonna be a short morning stream because we've got so much shit to do today. Mainly, I'm gonna try and co-opt my mom into helping me clean the house so that the house is perfectly spotless, and then we can finish packing and planning and doing all that shit. She brought like the tiniest suitcases too. Boo. My suitcase is enormous. And I know it's too big, but like we talked about last night, I don't know if it should be too big or too small. I was opting for too big. Okay. Trying to give him a little ear. Kirby, where did she go? There she is, Kirby. There she is. Yeah, you can move all these. Hoppa.
So how much in the doghouse am I for not watching last night?
It was fine. It was a super active chat.
I looked at it a little bit this morning and yeah, it sounded like
That's
it.
what Carlos made.
Cool. I couldn't quite tell looking at the on the screen because it was small, but that's really cute. And you made the owl?
I made the owl. I made that. Oh, no. I made.
That's so cute.
But he's already in an envelope
He is.
on his way to someone.
And you took a picture of, well, she took a picture of him, so cool.
Yep.
This is such a cute idea. I love them.
Well, I was like, I like Papercrafts, but I can't just keep making puppets. Like, you guys are gonna get really sick and fucking tired of puppets, so.
Hey guys, hey March. Anybody else I know? Hi.
It's mostly Carlos and March just hanging out.
Okay, cool. Cool. Hey Kirby. Hey Kirby. Oh, you're such
But
a
we were
good
talking
girl.
about how you brought a really small suitcase, and my small one is too small, and my big one is too big. And so I have to go with the big one because
Yeah.
otherwise, like, I can't.
I brought the small one, which is basically empty, just because if we buy anything on the first few days, or if I decide not to take, like a pair of jeans I've been wearing, I'm going to put them in the small suitcase and leave it with Ken. So I'd only be travelling around with one. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see if the plan works.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna show you what I got, but
Yeah.
I'm just lugging one big thing. That's it. Like, I have nothing else. Like, I just have the one suitcase.
Well, I think there's advantages and disadvantages to both, so we'll see.
Carlos made me buy a new. Oh, Carlos bought me a new one
Nice.
because
Looks kind of spiffy.
yeah,
I mean,
except
it's
it's
not-
oozing.
Except, yeah, it's not the one you've used for
My
20
entire
odd,
life.
20 odd years.
Well, my other one was so tiny that like I could do little detailed work. This one, not so much. Like that's just glued to my finger. There we go. This is a giveaway. This isn't.
Okay.
Yeah. This.
Yeah.
Shit. I just dropped the ear under the table, and this ear is in the wrong place.
Okay.
Yeah, Marge, it's a Monday morning. School started too, so.
Yeah, it was the first day of school. We've had big thunderstorms. Well, I did. I kind of followed them up between the past batch and the next batch. But the biggie is that school starts, and some of the colleges too.
College starts on Wednesday.
Well, I guess they're bringing the kids in because did you see the thing from College Station?
Mm-mm. They moved in on Friday because I had to deal with them on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Because College Station is Texas A&M University, and it takes over pretty much the university's the whole town, and they put out an emergency alert. Basically, not that it was a tornado, but that they're coming. The parents and the students, they're coming. They will be driving at 15 miles an hour and making sudden stops. They will be having vehicles packed so high that they won't be able to see you. And it gave all these warnings, and at the end of the advisory it said, residents, we advise you to stay in your homes until this has passed. And it was really well written and really quite funny.
Nice.
You know, because it's true, the parents are so concerned about getting their kids, and there's thousands upon thousands.
Okay, you saw UT has the biggest incoming freshman class. It's like 8,500 freshmen this year.
Oh gosh. Texas schools, some of them.
8,500 freshmen at a university that has undergrad and graduate programs.
Yeah.
That's oh my gosh.
Huge. So anyway, but actually my journey up wasn't too bad. A couple of slowdowns, but otherwise not too bad. So
That's good.
yeah, children going back to school today are probably, there's lots of tears, but with the rain nobody could see them, so that's good.
Well, UT moved in on Friday, and so on Friday and Saturday I had all of the college kids who were like, oh my god, I want a plant for my dorm room. Can I have a plant for my dorm room? I don't really get a lot of natural light in my dorm room, and I don't really want to have to take care of it.
But I want one.
Like, what plant can I get? None, bitch, none. Leave.
Go somewhere else. Buy fresh flowers every week.
I know. Well, also I was alone on Friday because I was covering for someone, and the other person who was covering was at her max for the week. She couldn't work any more hours, so she's like, I can only work 2 hours today. So basically, like, you can pick the 2 hours that I work, but like I can't work anymore. And I was like, great, good, I love it. So I was like, fuck it, just go home. Like, just leave. Just let me just do this myself, I guess. And it was fine, except there were so many college kids and parents.
So next year you have to have a big sign up for the college kids and parents saying
plants need light, you just got into college, you should have rudimentary understanding of how nature works.
Yes.
Nope. I had one girl who was in there for a straight up hour because she couldn't make up her mind as to what she wanted to buy. And like, when I say in there, I mean like in the 10 square feet at the front, because she just wanted an arrangement or an air plant arrangement and she couldn't make up her mind. And she kept asking her dad. Her dad finally at the end was like, I don't know, Becky, you're a college student now, you can make your own decisions. I was like, oh shit, Becky's about to come to some hard realizations in life. She finally was like, okay, bye. Okay, I'll think about it and come back. I was like, shit, Becky. Good luck, Becky. Enjoy. Yeah, I basically sell things to die. Anytime someone comes in, they ask me if plants need light. I'm like, oh, honey.
Bless your heart.
Oh, honey, yep. Bless your really ignorant heart, 'cause really, do plants need light?
I guess they never did photosynthesis.
It's 7th grade science. There's no excuse.
No, well, that's too long ago. 7th grade.
How do you not retain a basic working knowledge of plant life?
Because it's never told to them again.
Kills me.
Yep.
I like the people who think that artificial light is the same as natural light. Those are my favorites.
Well, you can buy special light bulbs.
There's this debate on if that's actually
True or not?
yeah, the full spectrum UV light bulbs. It may be true.
But at least it's probably better than not.
Probably.
You know, if you have a very low light and you have one of those bulbs as a supplement.
Probably. There's debate on if it
Does anything.
yeah, if plants can actually receive any nutrients from that. Because we had to look it up the other day because someone was insisting that they could put a saguaro cactus, full desert saguaros, full desert cactus, something that gets 9 hours of direct baking sunlight a day, and they were like, we want to put it inside, and we were like, no, that's just gonna die immediately. No, you can't do that. And they were like, well, but I have a full spectrum UV bulb. And we were like, I really don't think that's going to cut it. I really don't think this cactus is going to get what it needs. And so we looked it up, and there's, huge debates on whether it, actually...
Well, it must work to a certain degree, because they do it at the space station.
I think if you spend that kind of money on a light bulb, but there's ones
Or
you can
do
get
they
at Home
just-
Depot for like
Or
$20.
they just have a windowsill in the space station. Because there's sun up there, I guess. But it's very fast, because what is it, every 17 minutes or something? I don't know how
They
fast
just need enough for photosynthesis. Some plants take longer for photosynthesis than others too. Like cacti take a long time because they're so
Yeah,
dense.
and they get so much sun, yeah.
Yeah,
need so
they
much.
they can be slow,
Yeah,
but things like tropicals are a lot faster because they don't get a lot of sun.
yeah.
And so they very quickly are just like
Yeah, it is their own money. Well, at least we hope it's their own money.
for the last week and a half it's been parents' money.
Yeah, I was going to say parents, and then again, a lot of them take out loans because that's one of the problems with American education is so many leave with such huge debt. They,
We won't see these kids again. Like they're gonna blow all their money this first week and then we won't see them again.
oh, that's good.
Like they'll go away. Oh, whoops. Fuck that up. Well, this is the best way to get a thin outline around
Yes,
it.
it is. No, I agree with you. I've done that before.
But
Well, do you want to hear about the pigeon?
yes, I want to hear about the pigeon. I want to know about this pigeon that you've been raising.
We
I'm half surprised I didn't receive a pigeon as a gift.
well, I don't think we can catch it now because the problem is if you try and catch a bird and you don't succeed, it gets harder every time because it knows what you're about to do.
This is true.
So we had some big storms almost a week ago, and when we went out into the garage, we realised that there was this pigeon just sat in the doorway with the open door. He wasn't in and he wasn't out. He was just sat right on the windowsill, and he must have been there a while because it was a big pile of shit. Because that's what pigeons do. But he looked distressed, and it was thunder and lightning and pouring rain, so we left him in the doorway. And then later, when we came back, he wasn't in the doorway. We thought, oh good, he's flown away. Until you looked up and he was up on a shelf staring down at you with beady pigeon eyes. And that's when we realised he had a tag on his leg. It's a tagged pigeon, so probably a racing or homing pigeon, I assume. But we can't catch him. We finally got him out of the garage, which actually took us 2 days because all he would do is just fly from shelf to shelf, around and around and around. And even with, like the pool skimmer net thing and other things, we couldn't catch him. So we moved him outside. He sits in a tree or he sits on the windowsill outside where my computer is, so he scares the bejeebers out of me every now and again. We feed him. Yeah, no kidding. We feed him and we give him water. He disappears now at night. We don't know where he goes at night because we've got the garage closed. We're not letting him back in the garage. But he shows up around 10 o'clock in the morning on the windowsill or somewhere. Except this morning, he was very clever. Storms came. He saw me go out the door and he went in the door. So he's back in the garage. Now, we've called people because we assumed since he had a tag,
Someone probably misses him.
that somebody misses him. But the agencies we got in touch with, one basically said if he didn't go home, the people who had him won't want him because he was defective because he didn't go home. So that wasn't very encouraging. Another said, we don't do anything with birds like that. Just leave him and he'll fly home. Well, it's been almost a week now, so no, he doesn't just fly home. So I think we have a semi-pet pigeon.
Yeah, I think you do.
We're going to keep him outside the garage as much as possible so he doesn't get used to coming inside because he leaves a mess. And we'll probably put some food out for him because we feed the birds anyway. And then when I get back, and before the cold weather, we're going to have to try and find out where he goes at night to see if we need to build him a box or something. I don't know what he would need. But I'm surprised because he's kind of stupid that a raccoon or a fox or a cat hasn't got him.
He's pretty dumb, so.
Well, he is, because he just doesn't do anything. He just sits and waits for you to feed him. And if you go too close, he flies just far enough away from you, and then he sits and watches you. It's kind of spooky, especially when he's in the garage, because he's up on a high shelf and he does that cock neck look, "Woo, what are you doing?" And it's like, I'm in my own house, I'm in my own garage, you stupid effing bird. But he's big, he's beautiful. I call him a he, I have no idea. But yeah, so none of the pet agencies in San Antonio would help us or take him. They did say, we could read the tag on his leg, and I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah, excuse me while I just catch this pigeon.
It's like the time I had the snake and the lady said, they're not really aggressive, as the snake is actually striking at the shovel that I'm holding it down with.
I actually liked the line, "Do you have a bucket handy?"
That's right, she did say that, because her answer to me having a venomous snake about to go under my deck on July 4th weekend when I was having children come to the house was to just, "Do you have a bucket handy?" No, you lady, don't have one handy, because I would have used that first if I did.
You should actually tell that story. That's a pretty fantastic story.
Oh, yeah.
None of these people know that story.
Well, March will know the story. Living in Texas is an adventure. It's probably nowhere near as bad as Australia or other places in the world, but it's pretty bad compared to England. And we get venomous snakes. I don't say poisonous, because poisonous means if you eat them, you'll die. And people here do eat rattlesnakes and things, and I've eaten rattlesnake. You have too, right?
Mm-hmm. I had it in an omelet.
Yeah, we've had rattlesnake to eat. So basically, they should be called venomous. And we've got 4 or 5 types
I don't know.
hanging around. But the two most common, or the most common in our yard, is the coral snake.
Hi, Kirby.
We have had a rattlesnake, and then we have had some non-venomous snakes, garden snakes and rat snakes and things like that, which are fine. So Elizabeth was on her way to what country?
I was about to go live in France.
Elizabeth was about to go live in France, so I dropped her off at the airport. I don't know where Walt was, but he was out of town. He was in Connecticut. So I was home alone, and I was going to have some of my medieval reenactor friends and their families come over for July the 4th and use the pool. And so I'd gone outside, and at that time I had 3 dogs and 2 cats. So we were all outside because, we were going out for our morning little look around. And one of the dogs alerts on the snake, and the snake is heading right under the raised deck, which is next to the swimming pool. So not a good place for a venomous snake when children are due over. So I grabbed the nearest thing, which is a shovel, and I raise the shovel above my head, bring it down to take its head off, which I've done with snakes before, quite successfully. But it had been raining. It had been raining a lot. And so all I managed to do basically was to pin it to the ground, because the shovel shoved the snake into the dirt, into a V wedge, with the shovel being in the middle, which irritated this venomous snake to the point that he's striking at the shovel, he's striking actually at himself, he's striking at the ground. He is just gonna kill whatever the heck hurt him. And I don't blame him in a way, but I'm now stuck holding the shovel down. The dogs are circling, barking and growling and snarling because they obviously need to kill this horrible thing. Mm-hmm. I'm yelling and screaming at them because obviously I don't want them to get bit. The 2 cats are sat on the edge of the deck just looking in that cat-like way, like, when should we step in? When should we fix this with that horrible creature? And it starts to rain. And I know if I lift the shovel, the snake's going to be under the deck, the dogs, the cats, everybody's going to go after it, or later in the day, it's going to be so angry it's going to kill a child. So I actually at that point did have a phone, because I wanted to make sure, I think, that, you know, Elizabeth got off safe and everything. So I call Elizabeth at the airport because I don't have, all these emergency numbers in the phone, and I can only use one hand because I'm pinning the snake down with the other. So she's at the airport, and it's like, Elizabeth.
Yeah, I'm like 5 minutes from boarding our flight. Like, they've already boarded first class. And so I'm like sitting there waiting to board my flight, and I get this call from my mom, and I'm like, huh.
So, Elizabeth, help me. So it ended up that...
Well, so I panic.
Yeah.
Because my mom's just like, so I've got a snake trapped, and no one's here, and I don't know anyone's numbers, because this is the house phone, and... Like, the dog's, like, Cadbury's getting too close to it, and, can you just, like, call someone? And so I'm like, well, fuck balls. Which one of my mother's friends do I have their phone number in my phone? And so I start dialing, and I'm leaving, it's, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday?
Right. No, it's July the 4th,
yeah.
so everybody's still asleep, because
No
it's a
one's awake.
holiday.
No one's awake. And so I'm calling, and I'm like, hi, Lucia, this is Elizabeth. So my mom has a snake pinned, and she really needs you to come over and get it. Okay, thanks. Hey, Greg. No, voicemail, okay. Can you go to my mom's house? She's got a snake pinned. Hey, Godwin. I called legitimately every single person who was going to be at the party later that day because those were the only numbers I had on my phone. And I left voicemails for all of them. I was like, can you just go, please, to my mom's house now? Like, right now?
So after that, because I've got the phone, think, I'll call the city. And we have a 311 number, which is non-emergency, but you call the city. So I call the city, and they say, it's Texas. We don't really do anything about venomous snakes in your backyard until, it's like hurt somebody. So I'm like, She said, and the lady was trying to be helpful though. She said, but I can call, no, she said, you can call the Hepatological Society and they might be able to help you. And I said, excuse me, lady, I'm standing in the rain, pinning a snake down with one hand, trying to keep my dogs from getting hurt with the other. I don't think I have time or the ability to find the number for the Hepatological Society of San Antonio. So she says, oh, wait a minute and I'll put you through. So she ends up calling them and whatever. And when I get in touch, that's when I get the lady who says, well, do you have a bucket handy?
It's like, listen, bitch, if I had a bucket handy, don't you think that'd been the first thing I did? Like...
So I said, no, I don't have a bucket handy. She said, well, coral snakes really aren't very aggressive. And I'm looking at the thing, and the thing is still striking. It is striking the shovel, it's striking itself, it's striking the dirt. It is just obviously very irritated. I don't think I've even hurt it, to be honest. I think I've just pinned it to the ground, and so it's mad. And so, after a completely useless and pointless and idiotic conversation with a woman who was absolutely no help, I hung up. And then my first rescue arrives. Godwin, the mighty Saxon blacksmith. And that should help get the image of Godwin. Godwin is a giant of a man. He is almost Hagrid.
Big mane of hair too.
He is almost Hagrid though, isn't he? I mean, he is a giant of a man with hair that's wild and sticks out and just...
I've also woken him from a slumber with my multiple phone calls, so he is none too pleased about this whole situation, but he's there.
He is there, and he strides around the corner, and for snake hunting, he's perhaps not prepared because he's wearing shorts. He does have big boots on, but he's wearing shorts. So he comes in and he's striding like, the giant that he is, and he's like, where's the snake? And so I kind of think that's a pretty stupid question because I've got it pinned to the ground, and if he's looking at me, he's looking at the snake. But I'm like, here it is, Godwin, because he's now my saviour. So obviously I now have to be pathetic. Godwin, here, you can save me from this snake. So he walks over to it, and he just reaches down, and he grabs the shovel and grabs the snake, and he picks it up, and he goes whack, whack, whack against the wall of the house. And he's holding this very limp snake, and he goes, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, Thank you, Godwin. That's amazing. Thank you. And by now his wife comes around the corner and she says, "It's all over." And I'm like, "Yes, it's all over." So she sits on the deck steps and we're chatting because, now it's July the 4th morning and we're outside, and so we're just chatting. And Godwin puts the snake down. Oh, we put it in a box like this, in fact, exactly like that, a tub thing, plastic tub. We put it in the tub and we sit down, we're chatting. And then my second group of saviours arrive, which is...
Because I've legitimately called everyone.
Which is Lucia, who is a PhD in biology, and she has her stick with the noose on the end because she's going to catch the snake and save it and, rescue it because she's the biologist. And so she comes in and she's like, oh, you've sorted it. But what she doesn't realise is her husband behind her is walking in with a gun because he's not about to let his wife get the snake and it be alive. So we've got everybody's trooping in, and one after the other. And so Lucia wants to look at the snake because she's a biologist, and she looks at it and she goes, Godwin? He's like, yes. It's not dead. He's like, oh. So he has to go and he gets the snake again, and I'm not sure what he does with it the second time because he disappears off around the corner, but I have a funny feeling he corkscrewed it and tied it in a knot and did various things to it. And then he comes back with now a very dead snake. And Lucia, as we stood around chatting after the adventure of the morning, asks if she can keep the snake. And I'm like, yeah, it's a dead snake. You want it? Go for it. I mean, it's been pretty banged up and beat up by now because it's been pinned into the ground, it's been slammed against the house, and something unknown has happened to it around the side of the house. So we think that's the end of the story of the snake. Not quite. There's a postscript. Sometime later, we were at Lucia's house, and Elizabeth, you wanted a drink or something.
Yeah,
or something to eat, or for some reason.
I just wanted a drink. I was like, can I just grab a soda? And she was like, yeah, go ahead.
And so Elizabeth
fridge.
Opens the fridge, or the freezer? Was it the fridge or the freezer? But anyway, she opens whichever it was, and the snake falls out on her. It has been kept in
a baggie.
In a baggie in the fridge, right where Elizabeth's going to go get her soda. So the snake story lived on, and I don't know what eventually happened to the snake, but yes. So that's just one of my Texas snake stories. There's quite a few of them. I have multiple animal, including snake stories. Like the snake that dropped out of a tree onto Walt's neck and head. And he was screaming like a baby, as anybody would if a snake drops on your head. I have to admit, I would be screaming like a baby and running around going, ah, which is exactly what he did. But from the point of view of the audience, that one was hysterically funny. I still remember that one. It was almost
just like a garden snake too. It
yes,
wasn't even a dangerous snake.
It wasn't a venomous snake. It was just a fairly small, just garden snake. But still, when something falls on your head, you don't necessarily know what it is. So, but yes, lots and lots of welcome to Texas. This is what happens when you go outside. You encounter the wildlife. So you're making the keg now?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I don't have a lot of these things. I'm like, I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, because some of them are whiskey barrels. Yeah, Carlos, it might have been kept as a warning for the others, but I'm guessing she probably was going to take it into one of her biology classes at some point and let the students cut it up or something. Or maybe she was going to eat it, I don't know, because there are people who eat snakes. But yeah, the snake that kept on giving. Oh. Excitement. But now it's a pigeon. I'm going to have pigeon stories. As long as it learns to move fast enough away from snakes.
Well, you said it has a dove as a friend now, right?
Yeah, well, what we were doing was with the bird feeder, the doves like it on the ground, but usually we actually keep the seed in feeders because otherwise the squirrels just eat everything, and the mice and the rats and all the other multiple animals. But now we've put some on the ground and more doves have come. So he's joining in with the doves.
That's good.
But the doves are coming not only because we're putting the feed down, the doves are coming because they know hunting season starts in about a week. And apparently all the country doves, well not all of them, but a lot of the country doves have learnt when the season starts to move into the city. Which is really rather remarkably smart of the birds.
Well, I mean...
So, the first boom and all of the doves, travel and find places in the city.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't tend to think of pigeons and doves as being particularly smart.
Well, no, but...
Apparently they are. Or at least smart enough to try and stay alive.
New self-preservation is a biggie. Okay.
So otherwise, I'm just watching like you guys are watching. Because Elizabeth's talent is way beyond mine, and I basically just waste paper for this particular craft.
I have plenty of paper.
I know, and we're probably buying more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to buy some hanji this time. Some of the real good handmade stuff. Just to have as examples, not to necessarily do anything with. Korean paper is the hanji, the handmade paper is some of the best in the world, and it has been for well over 1,000 years. They used to pay their taxes to China in paper. And the Chinese used some of the paper to make paper armor, because paper armor is and was a thing.
That's kind of a keg.
That is kind of a keg. It could be a barrel of explosives, but it's kind of a keg.
I can make this more obvious.
Just write keg on it.
That's one option. Not like my boy. Oh man. Yeah, I want more of a plan than what we've got for Korea, and I was trying to do it last night because my computer worked for about an hour. But then it stopped working, so I had to promptly give up on that plan.
We have plans.
You have plans. I
We
don't know
have-
these plans.
We have low-tech, old people plans. Old people
We have a
as,
Google Doc.
as in old-fashioned, not old, because we've got some stuff in here that is very young people oriented.
We're gonna go get drunk with a girl from Bangkok. Her name is Oi.
How old is she?
Probably my age. She's taking her grandmother, but she was like,
Okay.
my grandmother doesn't want to go get shit wrecked because she's my grandmother. So, can I go out with you?
No, I
And
think
I was
that's-
like, yeah.
that was wonderful. I just wanted to make sure she was of legal drinking age.
Yeah, she's the one who wants to go to Hongdae and get drunk.
Okay, cool.
Because she'll be like, I'm basically putting my grandmother in the hotel room and then I want to go out, but I don't want to go by myself. I was like, cool.
Well, she's smart, to be honest.
Let's go.
Go by herself. Cool. But anyway, we do have some plans.
Jesus. Oh, I wanted this keg to fit behind his foot, but his foot is too well on there.
We do have to be a little bit flexible though, because when Ken said that he was going to pick us up at the airport, he was going to take us to give us a private tour of the biggest TV broadcasting station thing in Korea. He also said he was going to take us to some other places,
Cool.
but he didn't say when or where those other places were. So,
Oh, the keg is going in front of the bear.
but so that would be really quite cool.
Well, we have many offers for dinner.
Good. Well, because we can not just do dinner, we can also do the cafes for desserts and,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, all the young men are like, teach us English? Will you teach us English? I can take you places tourists won't go if you let me speak English. And I'm like,
Well-
sold. Sold to the highest bidder. That sounds great.
That's actually the hardest thing for Koreans.
it.
They're all taught English, but because they're tested, they only learn to the test. So they actually are not as good at speaking it as they should be, because they're kind of scared to speak it because they've always been judged for the test. So anytime they can get to just practice helps a lot. So that's,
there's a ton of offers, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
People are super into this idea.
it does look like industrial strength beer, because I was thinking it looked a bit like explosives, or where you'd put a dead body type of barrel.
Well, I looked up what a keg looks
No,
like.
it does look like a keg. It's just...
I'll make it look more like a keg. You just gotta give me a second.
You're going to give him a red Solo cup?
I am gonna give him a red Solo cup. It's not gonna be a great red Solo cup though, because I don't want to have to glue that.
Business English can be painful to navigate, yes. Particularly as well, since to throw something in there, English and American English often use the same business words, but that have slightly different meanings. So it can actually mess people up even further. Apart from the fact that English people and American people say words differently too, which can throw people off. But yes, learning English, I admire anybody who can do it. I don't think it's an easy language. Well, I have a tough time speaking it sometimes. Particularly writing it sometimes.
Okay. Whoop.
Because what is it? It's possible to have an English sentence that has,
It's like 10 of the same word.
yes, had, if so-and-so had, the, whatever, and it goes on, and yeah. And then there's that lovely but awful poem that has you do all the words that are spelt the same but are pronounced differently.
Yeah.
I sometimes take that one into the kids at the middle school, and I'm not sure I've had one who could read it through correctly.
Not on a first go.
No. Well, I have trouble on the first go too. There's two words. One is because I never had heard it said, so I didn't know what the word was. And another, just when you read, sometimes you read too fast for what you read. Oh, he's got a red Solo cup.
Oh, we can't see it. There we go.
And for non-Americans, you can look up
Red Solo
the
cup.
country American country song called
I like to party.
Red Solo Cup, which actually is kind of an anthem.
It's an anthem of the summer if you're a hillbilly and want to get shit wrecked.
Well, I've drunk out of a red Solo cup. You've drunk out of a red Solo cup. We've all drunk out of a red Solo cup. Basically, just a red plastic cup, but yeah. But yeah, the bear needs that bigger barrel, that bigger keg.
I mean, at least she's being classy and drinking it out of a...
Solo cup.
Yeah. Just gotta have the little, like, pommel thing.
Yeah.
Moonshine jars. We had moonshine with the Grumpy Owl. Buff Grumpy Owl. Buff Grumpy Owl is fantastic.
I love the owl. I also, because I wasn't on last night because I'm an idiot, I also thought you should have an octopus maybe with different drinks in each arm.
Aha! Multi-drink octopus, okay.
Yeah, that would have been my input had I actually been
I like it.
inputting. But I love the owl. Well, I love all of them, but the owl has a lot of attitude.
I just don't know where it came from. It was unintentional.
But he had it. Or has it. So. What have you got, Kirby? You got a big bone.
I gave her...
Have you got a big chew toy? What is that? Is that a toy?
I gave her a big bone the other day as a gift because she was being good and she was... Well, she wasn't being good. She was trying to eat my sticks when I was making my wall hangings. And so as a bribe, I was like, here you go. Oh, no worries, March. See you soon. I was like, here's a big bone, so you eat your big bone and not my wall hangings. Except that didn't really work because she has just been carrying around the bone for the past week.
Yeah, because Badger hasn't touched it. Because when she comes to my house,
Yeah, she's like,
if she finds any bones left behind, or even if Badger's hidden them, Kirby seeks them out and then eats them. As in, really fast and gulping. So that there's no chance of Badger getting them. So I should take your bone away, let Badger chew on it for a little bit and then bring it back? Would that make the difference?
oh, it needs a hose.
Yeah, there's something else it needs.
It's a hose. That's what's missing. It's the
Well, let's
hose.
see what it says for.
Oh, it's the same color as his hand. Because how else do you get your beer?
Out and up and into the pump bit.
Yeah, it's a hose. That's what's missing. I was having that issue with beer can
Helmet.
helmet. Someone was like, it's missing the straw. And I was like, oh shit, it is missing the straw.
He maybe needs another set around his withers.
Go on more beer?
Yeah. Oh, because, I mean, that's not enough beer to get a unicorn drunk.
He's about to go coach. Look at him. He's got such a look of determination on his face.
He does. He's very determined.
All of my animals came out weird yesterday. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
He came out with attitude.
They did. But this bear is much more pleased. Look at him.
Yeah, he looks a little happier than your other bear.
He also looks a lot drunker.
Well, he should be drunker. He's got a keg.
Okay. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast yet.
I'm hungry because I ate breakfast at 4:30.
Well then, we should go get breakfast and go to the store, and then I have to clean the house because I have to clean the house.
Yeah.
Where would you like breakfast from?
I don't know.
C-Note?
Okay.
What day is today? It's a Monday. Maybe C-Note won't be too busy. I can also drop something off at work that I need to drop off.
Okay then. I also didn't know if there was somewhere where we could pick up a fairly cheap kids t-shirt, because I realised we're giving things to Ken and then his wife's got what we're taking, but the kid would have nothing.
Probably.
Oops.
Hopefully Carlos isn't watching.
Well, I saw it leap. It did it by itself. It chose to be a lemming and jump off the cliff.
What? No, I want it to be in his hand, because I fucked up the solo cup and it's on top of his hand, but...
Hmm.
And then I don't know where my white gel pen is. That's what I want more than anything.
Is there a place where I could look?
No, I took it out of this because I could never find it in
Oh.
this, and then I used it for something because I use it for everything, and then I don't know where it went.
Oh, well, things disappear.
There we go. Haha!
Yes.
Yeah, Carlos is going to get his hair did. Because he met me after I got my hair did, because I...
Yours is so vivid from the back because of the way the lights are hitting it. It
Mhm.
is very, very...
It's super vivid, just in general. Okay. Well, I call that a success. I normally only stream for an hour on Mondays anyway, because I always forget to have breakfast before. But yeah, I call this a success. He can join this guy who doesn't actually fit on my cards. But yeah, where's the keyboard?
Oh, okay. It's up here.
Cool. Okay, guys. We're gonna leave before March gets back, which is a shame. But
We're gonna be gone.
we're we're gonna be gone, but Carlos has access to my Instagram, so Carlos will be posting on the Confabulatory Instagram, and so will I. So you'll see Korea and what he's working on, because he's got a whole plan, which is cool. And yeah.
And I actually have an Instagram too, but
Yeah, you have
who
an
knows?
Instagram.
Who knows if I'll...
You have a phone now too. You could actually use your Instagram
Oh, yay. Excitement.
properly, yeah. You could actually post
Excitement.
photos of
Well,
the
then
trip.
I would be posting photos of you, so it might be more fun to look at my Instagram.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Okay.
Have to do it sometimes.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.
See you in 2 weeks. Follow the social medias. March isn't back yet, but I'll send him a message. It's fine. Okay. Studio mode. End stream. Bye.